afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
Of course.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good. Feel good. Yeah, just soaking up the Monaco vibes, atmosphere. So it's been really nice.
Good. Okay, first question. Let's talk about 2025. You had a great year. But let's talk about maybe goal setting. It's something that you do as an athlete, and probably the world record was your goal for the year. But what other goals do you set going into a new season, both personally, I suppose, professionally as well?
Yeah, I mean, I guess going into a season, I always have a list of a few meets that are kind of extra highlighted that I really want to make sure that I perform really well at, that are just extra important to me. I would say, and so of course going into last year, this past year, which was maybe one of my favorite seasons because jumping a world record in Stockholm was really high up on the bucket list, and of course I also wanted to break the 6:30 barrier at the World Championships, and so to be able to do both of those were like just insane for me because going into the year, I would say that was like two of the biggest goals that I had even. But honestly, it was yeah. I mean, it was a really amazing year. I think that honestly, coming off of 2024 and coming off the Olympics in Paris, it made me feel very free in a way because I feel like my performance in Paris was so big that it was like everything else is really just the cherry on top for my life basically, because that's like the most insane thing that I could possibly do is break the world record in the way that I did there. So like I just felt like in some way it's like less and less pressure because I already did all this cool stuff. So then it's like there's nothing really left to lose. It's just only stuff to gain and only just like extra icing on the cake.
And how insane were those fans in Tokyo? I mean, everybody was just stood still and waited for you to jump your third jump, and we just all went wild. So how important are the fans to you and in your performance as well?
Yeah, super important, especially in Tokyo because I felt like I was out there for a very long time, and then also Manolo pushed me very hard, and I had to take a lot more jumps. I don't know exactly, but I'm assuming that's for sure the most jumps over 6 meters that I've had to take before the world record attempt, and that was, of course, in large part because of how well Manolo was jumping and how hard he was pushing me. So I would say in that way I had like a lot more taken out of me going into the 6:30 attempts. So it becomes very important there towards the end there when you have that last attempt and your back's a little bit against the wall, and you're just trying to find that last little piece of energy that you have left for one more good jump, and you really can get a lot of that from the energy of the crowd. So I think that just everybody staying there and everybody really supporting me and giving me a lot of good energy, I think that goes like a really long way.
Yeah. Here's a stat for you, which you may know already. In 2025, you became the first male pole vaulter in history to go 2 years undefeated. You're still having your first. What does that feel like for you? I mean, obviously breaking world records, but having these other firsts, how is that for you?
Yeah. I don't know. I could act like I care more than I do, but I really don't that much. Honestly, I just like, I feel like I'm well competed too. Like I compete quite a bit and whatnot, and so I mean I'd rather it be a thing to where I would compete more and every once in a while I get lost rather than if I only did 5 competitions a year and never had lost for 6 years. I don't think there's any anything shiny about that. So I mean I think it's great, and it's definitely it shows the consistency that I've been able to have the past couple of years. So I'm really proud of it, and I think that it's a really amazing thing that I've been able to accomplish and do and whatnot. But I don't really I don't know. I don't care that much because I know it's gonna end. Like I'm gonna lose eventually. It doesn't that's okay. And I think I can already even before it happens I can accept it because I'm just gonna eventually have like one of those days where I'm just off and whatnot. I have those days quite a bit, but fortunately they're just more in practice than they are in the competition the past couple of years. But I haven't had that many bad days actually, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's I think it's very cool though. I think it's cool, but yeah, it is what it is.
It's just another stat.
It's just another stat, basically. I was saying this earlier, I'm not so much of a numbers guy either. I don't really care that much. I have no like OCD or no, not like analytical or statistical at all, really. No. Mm.
Do we have any questions maybe for Mondo in the room? Jessica.
Hi Mondo, it's Jess from World Athletics. You talked about last year and everything you achieved, so this year you were kind of able to go in with, just go in and enjoy it and see what you could achieve. Next year you've got a new event with the Ultimate Championship, which I know you're really invested in and you're the ultimate star already. So how do you feel about that and the chance to claim another title that no one else has yet claimed?
I'm super excited about it. Yeah, I would say as far as like all of the list of achievements that I could do in athletics, I pretty much checked them all off. But I guess if we add a new event in the Ultimate Championship, I guess that's something that I haven't done yet. So that'd be something that I need to check off the list of coming away with a victory there. So, but I'm very excited about it actually. I think the concept will be very exciting and good for the fans also. So I think it's going to be really great. Of course, I'm excited to go back to Budapest too, because I jumped the 629 there this past year. So I know that it's a fantastic place and a great place to jump, and I know they're going to build it up even more for the Ultimate Championship. So I think the crowd's going to be really good. So yeah, that's going to be for sure the highlight of next year.
Thank you.
Any more questions? John?
You mentioned earlier that this year was one of your favourite seasons to date. What would you say are your 3 favourite seasons so far in your career?
Yeah, probably this one. Just because of, I mean, of course, just like most world records I've had in a season, having the Stockholm world record was like maybe the most like special feeling for me. And then 2024, of course, basically just because of Paris. I mean, that's for sure. And then in a 2020, I would say, in a strange way, I feel like I was very fortunate with my timing of my world record. Like 2 weeks before the shutdown. I think about it a little bit, because imagine if I wouldn't have been able to show what I can do and really fully committed to an indoor season before everything shut down. So I feel like I'm just so fortunate now. And then also like the competitions that we had, even outdoors, with having no spectators was like pretty terrible, and that was not fun, and that was super like eerie and spooky. But there was also some type of like feeling where we were like so isolated in a bubble with the guys, and after every meet it was like we just hung out in each other's rooms and just like stayed up late and did whatever we wanted really in that way. So I would say that was like the most weird year, but in all like different reality, but in some way like also kind of nice.
Speaking of the guys, you guys have a great relationship with the pole vaulters, you, Manolo, and the guys. How important do you think that is for your overall performance? You said that Manolo kept sort of pushing you as you were jumping, but outside of the sport itself, how important is it?
I mean, I think it's very important also, not only for me, but I think also for the event. I think it's probably part of the reason why you see so many of us that are very well traveled and we compete so much at all the different diamond meets and all the top guys there, because I think we really enjoy the whole journey, and I think being able to have that kind of brotherhood and camaraderie probably helps it go a long way too, because we have such a good time at all the competitions, and we're able to find that balance between really wanting to kill each other when we're on the track, but then also having a lot of respect for each other, and then having fun afterwards too. So I think that really just helps everything, as far as just for not only for us in our performance, but also just us wanting to go to all the competitions, and that just gives a better experience for everybody watching also, because if there's men's pole and everybody's there, that's just better.
My name is Chibogu Nadiblam. This Thanksgiving, you reminded us that the greatness we are seeing now began from your backyard. Could you talk us through that moment of reflection?
Yeah, it was a really special moment actually. I hadn't used the backyard setup from my parents in probably like 10 years. And at that time, I think the highest I jumped there was like 520. And so, yeah, it was like, felt like it was time to just get it back up and rolling because I just felt the itch a little bit. It felt like it was really good for me to feel like a kid again almost and just really play around with it. And my grandfather was super against it. My dad was a little bit scared too because you can see in the video we have the neighbor's brick wall that borders the pit. But it's a big pit, you know, it's not like these little pits that they used back in the 80s and whatnot. So I felt good enough and safe, and I'm confident enough in my jumps that I can make it work and whatnot. So, but it was actually really special because I don't know, it's just like the place where it started, and it brings back so many memories of mine too. And I just remember being so young and being 5, 6 years old with just a kid with so much ambitions and so many dreams and so many things that I wanted to accomplish, and then I go back there and I'm jumping in it as the kind of the person that has accomplished all the things that I wanted to when I was a kid. And so I think that was very special, and it in some way helps me soak in everything that I've been able to do when I'm out there jumping in the backyard, because it's just like, it's very special.
Thank you.
Yes, over here. John?
Hi, my name is Mondo Duplantis from Greece. Mondo, if you could compete against any pole vault legend from any era at their peak, who would you choose and why?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I have to say Lupka, right? Yeah, I mean, I think that would have been fantastic if I would have been able to compete against him when he was like really at his peak. I think he thinks he probably would have had some shots, but I don't think he would have really. But that would have been probably pretty great. Yeah.
Okay, well, Mondo, thank you so much for being here with us today. We appreciate it, and good luck for tonight.